Welcome to Wei and Kathy Show. I'm your host Wei Fang, and today the breaking news tonight is Trump's Florida resident Mar-a-Lago was in Florida was raided and by the FBI, and a source familiar to this matter said the raid actually happened early this morning. Otherwise, we wouldn't have even know that what was the time for the raid to happen, because so far no news report mentioned the time. And President Trump was not there, and he was first in New York when it happened, and then he went to his golf course in Bedminster, New Jersey. Okay, the FBI raid is related to the alleged taking of the potential classified information upon leaving Washington in January 2021. And that matter was referred to by the Justice Department, by the National Archives, and Record Administration, which is said it found classified material in 15 boxes at the residence. However, the former president, could argue that he, as the president, hold the highest authority on deciding what information is classified or not. So the source familiar to the matter said the agent brought a safe cracker, and cracked a relatively new safe in Mar-a-Lago, and then the FBI found nothing in it. It's needless to say, this is rather shocking. This is very shocking, and personally, I did not expect this, and it happened to many other people, but I really did not expect that. And on this very news, I just want to know that how you think. Okay, leave your comment here, because this is at least, to say the least, this is unprecedented in the history of this country. Okay, a former president's home was broken in and raided by the FBI, and so far FBI has said nothing. They did not say what's the reason for the raid, and both the Department of Justice and the FBI said nothing at this point. Okay, and then the source familiar to the matter said the FBI agent then went to the Mar-a-Lago and looked in every single office, safe, and grabbed document and boxes without going through them on the property. Okay, and then they took boxes and a document to go through them later. Okay. So what did former President Trump said? He issued a statement later tonight, and he said nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before. After working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies, this unannounced raid on my home was not necessary or appropriate. He said it is prosecutorial misconduct and the weaponization of the justice system, an attack by the radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for the president in 2024, especially based upon the recent polls, and who will likewise do anything to stop Republicans and the conservatives in the upcoming midterm election. Okay, and Trump went on and said in his statement that such an assault could only take place in broken third world countries. Sadly, America has now become one of those countries, corrupt at a level not seen before. And the statement went on and said, what is the difference between this and Watergate? Well, operatives broke into the Democratic National Committee. Here, in the reverse, Democrats broke into the home of the 45th President of the United States. An FBI source confirmed that the agents were from Washington, D.C., who are on the Bureau's evidence response team, and they conducted a raid and notified the Miami field office just before. Well, per standard protocol, FBI Director Wray and Attorney General Garland shall be made aware of the raid, even if shortly before, and would have been fully briefed. A White House official told the media that it did not have any notice of the reported action, and referred all additional questions to the Department of Justice. What do you think? Do you think they told the truth? And Daniel Vouch said, did Trump has any legal representation at the time of the raid at the Mar-a-Lago? Actually, I do have some information there. And However, I'm just still reading that, and I'm just going through that because things just happen. Indeed, happen so fast, and so Trump was demanding. I'm just trying to quickly. Okay, so this is from Eric Trump. Okay. Well, this is okay. Let me just read this tweet. More from Eric Trump. When President Trump lawyers scrambled to raid, she was told to stand in corner and demanded that they shut security cameras. They did not. My view sounds like how they handled Manafort, Navarro, and Roger Stone. FBI out of control. White House lost their mind. Anyway, so basically the detail says that the attorney was there and was told to stand in the corner, and then they want the security camera shut down. So we don't know what happened afterwards. So we still have to stay tuned and finding out more information about this as this matter unfolds. And most recent news, I heard this as this large number of Trump supporters has come to the Mar-a-Lago at this moment. And there's live broadcasting there, Kathy and I was scrambling, trying to get a feed, or at least get some photos about what's happening there. Okay, so South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, and she was one of the Trump supporters. He called this an unprecedented and political weaponization of the Justice Department. And okay, the whole quote, whole tweet, let me read it to you. The FBI's raid on President Trump's home is an unprecedented political weaponization. They have been of the Justice Department. They have been after President Trump as a candidate, as president, and now as a former president, using the criminal justice system in this manner. Is un-American. Okay, just earlier. Just a couple of days earlier, okay, Trump, not a couple of days, just one day earlier, Trump captured 69.1% of the ballot cast at the straw poll of the CPAC in Texas. Okay, and the second one is DeSantis, the governor of Florida. He received 24% of these anonymous straw poll. And actually the support for President Trump, who remained the most popular and influential politicians in the Republican Party and continue to play a kingmaker's roles in the GOP primaries, actually his support is up from his 59%, showing in the earlier CPAC straw poll in Orlando, Florida in February. Okay, that was 59, now it's 69.1. So Florida Governor DeSantis, he's February straw poll rating in Orlando, Florida was 24%. Now it's, that was 28%. And yesterday it was 24%. So Trump remained to be undisputed front runner of the Republican Party. And then actually at the CPAC, he hinted that his decision will be coming very soon. Okay, so was this raid connected to that? What do you think? Do you think they have a legit reason? And I want to know that. What do you think? A lot of people are just typing here. And Larry Doley, you said Joe probably wrote it out on the chalkboard. It will be all over the MSM morning show tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. And wow, Michael, you wrote that to keep your powder dry. And it's very shocking to say the least, right? It's just unbelievable. To me, it's unbelievable. It's not like I completely did not foresee this, from happening, foresee this coming, but it's just not so real. Okay, just before tonight, I thought it's still very remote. It's very, chance for that to happen is very, very remote, but it just happened, and we all want to know. So what's the subpoena about? What kind of subpoena did the court approve, and what's in it? And wow, okay, so that's that matter. The second, so just type up what you thought, and the Castaway, you said they ask security to turn off the security cameras because they're planting false evidence. I hope he was smart and had additional hidden micro cameras on. Okay, and yeah, so on the farm, you said. Never thought it would see this kind of activity in USA. And William Adams, you said this is unbelievable. I can see your sentiment, and yeah, it's really, really beyond belief. And so as of now, we have very little information, and people are just shocked, to say the least. And everybody's holding their breath until the morning to see what's transpired. Yeah, that's that. Okay, so I'll leave you a comment there. And how do you think about this raid? Is it well-based? And actually, the limited news report, who has to do the same guessing work as Wade does, saying that this is not related to the January 6th investigation panel. It's related to this moving the box from White House into Mar-a-Lago type of thing. Well, we'll see. And yeah, so again, our country is going through a lot of issues, okay, to say the least. And as a citizen, I think we all need to know that we have our own duty at this special time. All right, so next, I was preparing for the next piece of news, which was the main news, but I have to insert this breaking piece on former President Trump's his home being raided. Okay, let's just take our side on the Taiwan Strait, which is about like 12,000 miles away. All right. So after the 3 days military drill in the 7 drill zones surrounding the Taiwan island, literally a blockade of the Taiwan. At least the posture is just like that, and the drill was supposed to finish yesterday, but the CCP continued the drill today, which really aggravated the Taiwan government, and then they issue a very stern statement today, saying that this is utmost. How to say? I don't have their original name, but original words. But they was really angry about that. And then tomorrow they'll be holding the Foreign Ministry of Taiwan will be holding an international press conference to talk about the very matter. And then now the fighter jet and also the gunships, the destroyers of the CCP is sailing past the midline of the Taiwan Strait onto the Taiwan side, and the Taiwan military is trying to fend them off. And then now the CCP claim that since Pelosi came to Taiwan that way, and then now they have the reason to blockade Taiwan whenever they want, and then they will do away with this so-called rule of not crossing the midline, the central line of the Taiwan Strait. Okay, most recent news is that the National Security Council said that the U.S. Navy will be going back there, will sail through the Taiwan Strait after a few weeks. And President Biden has been, and Secretary of the State Blinken have been trying to downplay the matter and just saying that our China policy has not changed, so don't overreact. And yeah, so what's my opinion? If you want to ask, too soft. When CCP doing things this way, America, as the most powerful nation in the world, with the most powerful military, and we should be very serious and stern and strong in our, in our words, saying that you do this, will not tolerate that. So what will happen down the road? My view is the reason why the CCP is taking such a strong hand after just the House Speaker visited the place, they're so strong, is because of 2 reasons. First, there is this 20th Party Congress coming in the next couple of months. And what's the time? Nobody know, because for the Communist Party, everything is secret. Everything is just under the table. They said they're going to have this 20th Party Conference, and they never know people when it will happen. Okay, so when will it happen? When they already allocate just divide the power and they rank themselves in it, they arrange everything, then they hold this so-called party conference to have everybody who come there to go there to, to rubber stamp it. So the real power division and power, buckering, buttering, and then just back and forth is happening now in a small coastal city called Beidaihe, near Beijing. Along the coast of the Bohai, just inner Bay Area called the Bohai. And so at this very moment, Xi Jinping cannot afford being soft. Okay, he grabbed this opportunity. He has to be staying very strong. All right, so he will carry on the drill and keep putting pressure upon Taiwan. And the second reason, second reason is before Pelosi landed in Taiwan, CCP's propaganda played the rhetoric so high, so big, saying that how dare her, that we're gonna shoot her down, we're gonna send airplanes just fly along her plane, and we'll be flying over Taiwan, and we'll be show our power because literally her visiting Taiwan is like aggression, all right? So that's how strong they played the rhetoric. But for the 20 hours that Pelosi visited Taiwan and stayed there and visiting 3 or 4 places, CCP did not do a thing. So consequentially, they lost big face among their supporters, okay? Those so-called patriotic fans of the CCP, and they are not patriotic. They just party loyal people. So after Pelosi left Taiwan, they kind of woke up. They said, well, we're digging ourselves in a big hole, and we're losing big by issuing this, just empty threat. And then now Pelosi came here, stayed enough in the leisure and a smooth way, and then left. So they have to catch up. So they come back to make up for it by, holding this 7-zone military drill, and then continue on after the drill is over, continue more, to conduct more drill. It's all because they need to give themselves a, how to say, it's in Chinese called 下台阶, or give themselves steps so that they can walk down from the high place they how to say, they get themselves onto. So this is where they are, okay? But would this be a winning strategy for CCP? If you ask me, I say no. Why? Because 3 things will happen. So once they force something very, very unreasonable, the force will generate a counterforce. There's never an exception. So what are the 3 counterforces? First is with Japan. This will further push Japan to repeal the peace constitution and rearm themselves, okay? And U.S. is supporting Japan because U.S. is really, really far. Hawaii is several thousands from Taiwan, and Japan, the nearest island, is only like 300 miles from Taiwan. So it's very, very close. And so first, the counterforce will come from Japan. The second, of course, will come from the U.S. Even the President Biden is not determined to safeguard Taiwan, but the U.S. Congress, the House and the Senate, chances are they're going to pass bill after bill to give Taiwan's deserved position, including a possible, believe it or not, a Taiwan land-lease pact. I don't know whether you support that. For Taiwan to defend themselves, they don't have enough ammo, they don't have enough budget, they don't have enough money to defend themselves. But if U.S. have Congress pass this land-lease pact, so Taiwan will get a chance to rearm themselves, just like Ukraine. And is it worth it? Well, tell me how you think. Okay, but what I want you to know that the number one chip maker is in Taiwan, and the CCP really want to get hold of that. And it has a lot to do with everything we do. Just everything has chip in it, and things like that. Even the missile that we use in the anti-tank missile we use in the Ukraine, and every missile, it's got it was a Draklin. Anyway, the missile has 190 chips in it. This is how relevant Taiwan is to the U.S. But as native-born American, most of you are. Do you think that we could and should pass this land lease pact and give Taiwan the weapon and ammunition that they need so that they can defend themselves? What do you think? Yeah, I do want to know how you think. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing is very interesting. All right, a very wealthy Taiwan entrepreneur, and his name is Cao Xingcheng, okay? And this guy is there are 2 major chip companies. One is called Taijidian, TSMC, if you know, the number one chip maker in the world, TSMC. The other is called Tailian, Lianhua Dianzi, okay? And let me see, Lianhua Dianzi, how to say that in English, I need to find out, and so that you know. okay? And that company is called basically, it's called UMC, okay? United Micro Electronics Corporation. The founder of this UMC, his name is Cao Xingcheng, and he actually, on the day before, and he said he would donate $100 million in one shot, $100 million, okay, to the national defense of Taiwan. And he went on, he said, his name is Robert Chow, okay, Robert Chow. He said to use that money to buy weapon, they won't be able to buy much, okay? So what's the money for? It would be used as an ideology war, okay, so that Taiwan people can understand the essence of the CCP. And actually, this person, his life experience is so dramatic. It's very, very interesting, okay? Just in short, he's a native grown. He's a native grown Taiwan entrepreneur. And then I don't know, you probably know this guy called Zhang Zhongmo. Let me see. Zhang Zhongmo is the founder of the TSMC, and his name is Morris Chang. Morris Chang was, okay, the VP of the Texas Instrument in the 1980s, and then he moved to Taiwan and lead the TSMC and become the basically the founding father of the semiconductor industry of Taiwan. And another, not the founding father, but strong enough, is this Cao Xingcheng, okay, Robert Chow. And the two of them leading the semiconductor innovation since 1980 and 90 and 2000. And then let's back to the Robert Chow. Robert Chow, at a certain point, on China, okay, is growing very fast and they start to have their own chip making industry established. He went to China. He went to China, help them out. We don't know what happened. Okay, he stayed there for about 8 or 9 years, and at that time he advocated unification of Taiwan with the mainland China, and at least the media says so. He was viewed as someone who is very close to CCP, but after another 10 years, he became a very, very strong anti-CCP entrepreneur. He openly said that the CCP is a scoundrel dressed in the cloth of a nation. Okay, it's the fake nation. They are just mafia. They're mafia. And they're nation. Nation like mafia. That's the nature of what CCP is. So he also calling for other Taiwan people to just give their money, give their resource to build the defense for Taiwan. And then when he's targeting the ideology, targeting the perception of Taiwan, of CCP, I think that's very, very precise strategy. Yeah. So that's what happened. Okay, the third force, counter force, came from the people in Taiwan. After seeing so much threat from the CCP, they rise up. They don't necessarily pick up guns and start shooting, but they do take their money out in the defense of Taiwan. And I foresee this will snowball to be very, very, influential force or even deciding force. I really do not see the future, okay, the future of Taiwan Strait as a war, between weapons. No. It's about this. It's about heart. Whoever wins the heart of people will win. And CCP has no truth on their side. It's just for the Taiwan, for the good people, we need to send out our voice and inform, awaken, and enlighten the Chinese people in China. Then CCP will lose their base. Well, that's China. Okay, that's China. But talk about this country, and this country. We're going through a lot of big change. Okay, unbelievable incidents is happening. And what should we, each of us as a citizen of this country, what's our duty? What should we give to right our country? That's a question I want to leave to you, to me, and to everybody. And this is a special moment, okay? We're at another major point of change at this time. Whether we go for the better or go for the worse, it will unfold. But indeed, as someone who came from China, right, who went through socialism, who see that where this country is going, I'm indeed very, very worried. And so that's why I keep talking to my Chinese audience. I have about nearly 70,000 fans, subscribers, and they watch my show every day. And more than half of them are Chinese Americans. Okay, so I've been talking to them, and I told them that I will be, the program that I will be doing is, so one of them is called the 28 Founding Principles of the United States. And I told them that this is a piece of land for your children and for your grandchildren to, stand on, to live on, to have their family. Let's secure this country. Yeah, let's make it safe for them. Do what you need to do. Yeah, so what do you think? What do you think? And Mark Sommer said 10 viewers needs to stand up and be counted. Please like to keep this program on the air. Oh, by the way, I need to tell you guys, okay, there's a new site called Ganjing World, okay? Ganjing World, let me type it up here, okay? What is Ganjing World? It's a new website, and it's a platform. And as you know, I told you that the SafeChat was the one that we've been working on, and which not censored. And then actually, this new one is better, and it will be soon grow to be very big. And what's Ganjing? If you read that, it's a pinyin, okay, Ganjing World, right? Ganjing. In English, translated in English, it's called pure. Okay, so pure land, pure world. And but the link is ganjingworld.com. So just save that and bookmark it. A lot of great program will be there, and so will be this program. Okay, will be live there, live streamed there, and just mark my word. This this platform will grow much faster than SafeChat. Yeah, so stay tuned here, and good people they never stop working. They're working, just day and night to produce great platform that will last for a long time. Truly independent, accommodating, and the platform that will serve the entire country. Okay, William S., you said, wait, absolutely, the United States needs to keep their word and have Taiwan's back. Actually, we need to remove this BS administration. It's no joke. All right, and Daniel, you said, thank you, Wei, for all your hard work. You're welcome, Daniel. And so, and Daniel Vouch, you said, I wonder who else they raided. I'm sure they did not stop with Mar-a-Lago. Very likely. And it's just things are unfolding. Things in China, things in Taiwan, and we already put Hong Kong behind. Hong Kong basically fell in the hand of the CCP, and now our country is under a shadow. But I think in Chinese there's a word called there's an idiom saying that 福兮祸所依. Okay, good fortune. How to say? Good blessing can come in a disguised, right? So although there's those bad things happening, but it's something that it will test our will. It's something actually good. If we stay strong, if we stay confident, if we stay faithful, if we just stay through it without wavering, I think things will turn out to be good, because God's there. God's there, and God is watching. And it's just test our will, test our faith. All right, and okay, and thank you very much, and great to have you guys with us. It's a special night, and tomorrow we'll be continue reporting to you what happened. And let's pray. Okay, take care. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.